So, how can the U.S. Supreme Court potentially review the Trump fraud case, which is wholly based on New York law? As a review, here are the 5 bases that the Supreme Court can review cases. Federal question. When a state court decision implicates a federal question, meaning it involves the interpretation or application of the U.S. Constitution, a federal statute, or federal treaty, this can be the case even if the heart of the case involves state law issues. If the decision also rests on a determination regarding federal law, the Supreme Court may review the case to settle the federal question. 2. Constitutional issues. The U.S. Supreme Court will review a state court decision if there's an assertion that a state law or a state constitutional provision is in conflict with the U.S. Constitution. Areas often include due process, equal protection, or other individual right guarantees. 3. Preemption. If there is a claim that a state law is preempted by federal law, meaning that the federal law is supposed to take the place of state law in a particular area. 4. Habeas corpus. This is what you generally hear from state prisoners. Not going to really go into that. 5. Adequate and independent state grounds doctrine. The court typically does not review cases that rest on adequate and independent state grounds. This doctrine comes into play when the state court ruling is based on a state law ground that is separate from any federal ground and is fully sufficient to support the judgment. However, there might be exceptions where the interpretation of state law is itself at issue in terms of compliance with federal requirements or rights. If the state court case does not involve any claims under the U.S. Constitution, federal laws, or treaties, and is that rests solely on issues of state law with no federal interest, the decision of the state's highest court is both the first and last word on the subject. The case will not be subject to review by the U.S. Supreme Court.